so this is Soundraw. It's an AI music generator. It has a number of different things you can do with it. You have various services. You have the free service, the monthly service, the artist plan. Before I get into any of that, I want to just briefly show you what is said in their terms and conditions, something you should be aware of. You should read through this just to be absolutely sure you understand what you are getting into. It's true royalty free, and that part is true. It's a true statement, but believe me, it's a lot more complicated than that, and I will explain that a little bit later. What you have to be, or you should be aware of, that if you take a look at Article 5, Number 2, you are granting Soundraw a full non-exclusive license worldwide with any type of creation that is developed on this service. So while you can use it for your projects, they can use it as well and have full control over it. You do not have full control. You should consult with legal counsel before engaging any activities that go far beyond what is stated in the terms and conditions. That's my interpretation of this. I'm not a lawyer, but this is how I interpret these terms and conditions. All right, let's quickly go through the pricing plan here. The first option is free. That's what I will be using today to demonstrate how the service works. Then you have the creator plan for $16.99 a month, where you can create background music for your content, and you have some rights on how you can use that music that you create. If you want to learn more, click on the Learn More. Under the artist plan, which is $29.99 a month or $30 a month, you can add vocals, and you have some additional rights on how to use your music. So here we're saying they're allowing you to distribute through Spotify, and that you keep all your royalties. It's interesting how the AI music generator services make these top three their selling points. But just to give you a dash of reality, in the music industry, as of 2022, and I know those numbers have increased since then, approximately artists and songwriters are uploading approximately 100,000 songs on a daily basis, and that's only increased since that time. So there are only so many listeners out there. If you want to make money in the music in the music business, and you think you can use this service for that purpose, you might want to rethink your workflow. Another important point to remember, that if you want to submit the music you create to a music library or to a music supervisor or to a film production company, think again. You are likely to be ignored. If you're lucky enough to get through the door, as soon as they determine that you actually used a service like this, and it's pretty easy to figure out, you are likely to be ignored for future projects. So keep that in mind. You have rights, but if you look back and look at the terms and conditions, you don't own everything. All right, let's move into the actual demonstration. All right, clicking on the try it for free. And I love rock, so I will start with the rock genre to start generating some music. Give it a second. As you can see across the top menu here, there are lots of different criteria we can go through. In this case, I've only selected rock, and the algorithm has made some suggestions based on all three of the tempo selections. So I will just keep it on normal. Again, it will reprocess another change based on that slight edit I made to the tempo. Again, so I have on the genre, I have rock. You can add to this. You can throw a funk vibe into that rock genre. So now we're combining rock and funk into its own little subgenre. Let's have a listen to what that sounds like. 1, 2. All right, so a little bit of a wah-wah effect going on there. All right, so let's go across the top. Let's throw a funny, weird type of mood to that rock funk vibe. And let's see what we get here in a second. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's supposed to sort of target that mood that we might classify as funny and weird. All right, so let's stop that. Now let's say we are targeting a documentary, right? So now we have funny, weird, rock, funk, and documentary type of classifiers here. I'll call them classifiers. They're really just filters that we're using to configure the algorithm to create a new piece of music. Let's have a listen. All right, think of all those documentaries you've been watching lately. Where is that music coming from? All right, so now I've walked through the length. No, I haven't gone through length yet. So length seems like you're restricted to various time lengths here. So minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And again, the genre will create, the algorithm will create a new piece of music based on that change that you made. Again, if you, from a length perspective, as long as you're comfortable using sound auditing or digital audio recording software, you can always change the length on your own later if you need to. All right, so length, we've done that. Again, I think you're restricted to those selections that are here. Tempo, we've gone through this. I can change it to a slow tempo now. And let's see what happens when we change it to a slow tempo. I'm not trying to put you to sleep. I'm just trying to demonstrate what this might sound like. All right, so funny and weird, funk, rock, documentary on a slow tempo. Let's do it. All right, so it is a slow tempo, but there are other variations added to the music to make it sound a little bit more up-tempo. All right, so let's stop that. All right, so these are all the criteria. Now, instruments you can change. You can, in this case, they for these filters, it's chosen music based on piano, keyboard, synth, electric guitar, brass. I don't see drums in there, but they are there someplace. All right. So as you can see, the Soundraw in today's demonstration, Soundraw does have a number of things you can do with it. Now, I mentioned earlier that the terms and conditions have things you should be aware of. So if you're paying for it, make sure you understand that if you are using this for any other larger scale projects, that you may have some other legal obligations to you. So keep that in mind. All right, I don't want to set the impression that this is a bad service. I can see a number of scenarios where this could actually be useful to a musician and another creator. And I will create another short video at a different time to walk through some of those different scenarios where there might be some value in using this service. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, ask me more questions about my music workflow, because I do a lot of things and I am seeing all these new tools as ways to incorporate more ideas into my own personal workflow. All right, I will see you soon.